My look at the black sheep, I'm the one that got us rich. She ain't gotta ask me, she can taste it on my lip. Oh, I love the way my cup sound. I can't put these drugs.
Can you guys see me? Everybody can see me? How's everybody doing? I'm going live with you guys. You guys hit that like button, hit that like button. We're gonna pull out some monitors. Today's Monitors Monday. So we're gonna be dealing with monitors and interacting, teaching you guys about the different monitors and different things. Today's Monitor Monday. So if you guys can, let's start hitting that like on that screen. It's 9 people in there. Can we get to 500 likes real quick? We got 15 people in here. Let's get to 500 likes, guys. Like, and we'll pull somebody out. With we got a Nile. These guys are from Africa. They're one of the second biggest monitors over there. They're a little smaller than the black throat, so we could take her out and work with her today. I gotta clean up everybody's water because they messed it up. We could take her out. We got a croc monitor we could take out, which is the second biggest lizard monitor behind the Komodo. They get about 10 to 12 feet. She's about already a good 6.5, pushing 7 feet. You guys want to see we work with Hennessy? You guys hit that like button. These guys are tree dwellers. We could take her out. You guys hit that like button. We could take Benji out. Everybody's 8, so I gotta clean everybody up. We could take Benji out, and Benji is from Australia. This is a lace monitor. We could take this guy out and work with him today. I don't know what you guys want to see. We could take this big girl out, which is another monitor from Africa. These are called rock monitors. This is a black throat. We could take her out. She's roughly 4 years old. We could take her out and walk her. You guys share it. Or we could take another Australian monitor out, and that is Echo right there, our Flavi monitor, or Sanguana. We could take that one out. Let's see if our Aki is out. Where's our Aki? Let's turn our light on for our Aki. Our Aki, you guys can't really see him, but Aki's in the back. We'll try to see if we can get the Aki so you guys can see the Aki. We'll end up taking them all out. You guys don't worry about it. We'll end up taking them out. What's up, dude? What's going on, guys? It's Monitor Monday. We have the Aki right here. These guys are from Australia, another dwarf species. We could take him out. You guys get that like. Hit that like, guys. We could take him out. See if everybody's hungry, too. Pull out some food and try to feed everybody. Today's Monitor Monday. Or we can bring out this lovely girl right here. Our Savannah monitor, which is another monitor from Africa. We could take her out. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see come out? We're going to work with them. Take them on a little walk. Let them come out. Enjoy the sun. Because we are in fall now, so we're not going to get as much sunlight. We could take her out. Here, Mom, let's take this out your mouth. Come on, let's take this. We're not going to keep that. We could take her. I got to clean everybody's water. Get some food. Put some food out. What do you guys want to see? Yeah, you guys can get you guys tamed down like that. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. You guys want some tips? Who do you guys want to see come out? We hit the goal of 500 likes. So who do you guys want to see come out? We're going to take them out, and I'll take them to the front. We're going to go walk with them. We could take Benji out. My croc, she may want to walk a little bit, but 9 times out of 10, she just wants to sit on my head because they're tree dwellers, guys. She's a tree dweller. So her really touching the floor, she doesn't really like to do that. So she'd rather sit up high and just observe different things. So we could take the croc out. The black throat, she loves to walk. Benji loves to too. Benji will just go out and just go sit. The Aki monitor is pretty good. I can't really put the Aki on the ground because it is such a small animal. So I'll do more handling and showing you guys that one. That's one I think I'll pull out first, and I'll start to tell you guys a little bit about the monitors. And then before we go into feeding, and then we go into cleaning and doing everything. But see, all that is just you need to take your monitor out. A quick way, okay? If you have a monitor that that it seems like it's not wanting to be messed with, the perfect way to do it is take that monitor out of its enclosure and literally put it on the ground in your living room. Put it on your ground in your living room. Put it in an isolated place to where it can't get away or get out, like, and you can work with it. And you do that. I say do that for about like maybe like a week, just repeatedly. Like say you come home from work at 6, okay, you deal with your kids, whatever. Say you have about 7:30ish. 7:30 is when you're cool. You have a little free time. Grab your monitor, take it out, and go spend some time with it in the living room or whatever. If that's the time you feed or whatever, make that be your time where you guys are going to spend your most time together. You guys are going to feed. You're going to spend time with it. Feed it. After you feed it, go turn on the shower. Don't fill the tub up. I don't know why everybody does that, because not all monitors can swim very, very good. Not every monitor is like a water monitor. Everybody gets that theory that all these monitors, how you guys doing? That all these monitors can swim. Not all these monitors can swim. You go throw a baby blackthroat or throw a rock monitor in a big body of water, and you walk off or you go try to go do something, your monitors potentially drown. So if you're going to try to fill it up with a big body of water or try to do anything, I suggest do that with a swimmer type of monitor. Mertens, Niles, Asian water monitors. Things that you know for surely can swim. Anything else, turn your shower on, turn your mister on. It's the perfect way. Let them mist them down. Shower them. Get your little toothbrush, scrub their back, get all the little dead skin. Because I know a lot of people, they like to show you guys, grabbing the skin off the monitor, but that's not always good too. So you give them a nice little warm shower, give them a nice little warm shower, let the water turn warm, and then eventually get cooler. And the coolness, because you don't want to turn cool water on them, because then you could potentially shock them or do anything like that. So it's better to warm them up, give them that warm shower, and then when it does go to the coolness, they'll be all right. And take them on walks. Walks are the best thing. Take them on walks. If you have time to, like, look at this Savannah. I've only had this Savannah not too long, but look at this Savannah, guys. I put my hand right there, and she just came and chilled. And so, like, I'm not saying, like, when I first get them, it kind of sounds like I make them, but I'm not going to say I make them. But I work with my animals the most the first 48 hours, the most. Any new animal I get, I work with them the most for the first 48 hours. I make them want to go to their cage. I make them want to go, and I want to go be in peace. I want to get my little piece and my little break. All right, I'm done. I don't want to play with you no more. And it's the best way to show them that you don't mean no harm. It's like, I really don't know how to explain it. It's like meeting a new person. It's like meeting a new person and getting a new friend. The more you guys talk and interact, and like the first, what you call it, that kind of like determines like your relationship with that person. You don't really sit there and talk to them like that. They're not trying to talk to you, not trying to deal with you. You're more likely not to, like, how would I say, end up trying to like become friends with them. You're gonna, you're not gonna take them serious. So with these monitors, it's not like having a snake or like having a gecko. You can't just throw them in an enclosure and think, hey, I'm gonna have a super tame monitor. These guys majority of them take 6 to 8 months to incubate. So you have to think about that, the process. That's like a human being born inside of a womb. It takes that long. So you have to put that into thought process of how much these animals can actually use their brain. Probably a lot more than what we really can think of. So I recommend when dealing with these animals and working with them, spend a lot of time, treat them like a dog, because that's what they are. I mean, some people say they're not dogs because they don't have the fur or nothing like that. But they're still dogs, to be truthful to you guys. Because look at this Savannah. She wants to come out. I'll clean this up. And you guys see her. She's just the most chillest girl. And another quick fun fact. So you guys look at, I told you guys, I have 3 monitors that are all from Africa. I have her. She's from Africa. She's probably one of the smallest monitors, but one of the bigger, smaller monitors from Africa. This is a Savannah monitor. Now, her bigger cousin, is the blackthroat that's in Yellow Cage, and I'll go show you guys her too in a second, after I show you guys her. And then we have the Nile monitor. A Nile monitor is like the water monitor of Africa. You have the ornate monitor, which is kind of like a Nile monitor. I wish I did. I had an ornate monitor to show you guys. I usually do, but I don't have an ornate monitor. People bought the last ornates that I had. But they have pink tongues, and Nile monitors have blue tongues, and they have like a distinct more pattern. Like ornate, they get more wider, and Niles are more like slender, but they're more longer, and they get more bigger. Not like necessarily like bigger and like size wise, but more like lengthwise. There is some big Niles out there. Don't get me wrong, there is some big Niles, but that's from excessive feeding. Just like with anything, you can make anything super big if you feed it a lot. But these guys like Savannahs and Blacktails have total different diets. These ones consist of more like if you want to have a healthy Savannah, like this Savannah I just got, she's not, as you guys can tell, she's pretty overweight. I've been working on slimming her down and what she's actually is. So like with these guys, when they're younger, you want to feed them more like dubia roaches, crickets, mealworms, waxworms, eggs, more stuff on like the leaner side that's not gonna stick to them. Most people when they get them from people that can't really give them knowledge of the animal, and so they just tell them, oh, get them a 20-gallon, heat them up, and you can feed them chicken and different things like that. But to be honest to you, like these little guys, if you think about it, they're from Africa. Look how small they are. They're not out there really eating chickens like that. Yeah, they may be eating meat like that, but they're grabbing what they can really eat and get away with. Like, you gotta think, there's so much stuff out there in Africa that potentially can eat them. Honestly, these other monitors can eat them, especially when they're young. So till they're about that 2 years old, almost, if we're really good, healthy growing now, they're not gonna be super big until they're about almost like that three to like 4. That's when they start to really put on a little size. But if you want a healthy, good Nile, truthfully, you want a good, healthy, good Nile where you don't want your Nile, you don't have to worry about getting fat liver disease or being obese. The best things is to feed it insects. Feed it occasionally. You could feed it some shrimp. Feed it things that are not super, super heavy, things that you would know that they would probably pick up. They're not gonna go pick up no drumstick. Like, truthfully, they're not gonna go pick up no drumsticks. So feeding them a bunch of chicken and feeding them a bunch of drumsticks, that just comes from lack of knowledge and lack of people giving the right proper care for these animals. But again, this is what you guys call a Savannah monitor, and this is a girl. Males have much wider head, much more broader. They get a little bit bigger. Again, this is a Savannah that probably had a little bit too much food in her lifetime, but it's gonna be all right. We're gonna slim her down and get her right before she even goes to another good home. So yeah, this is a Savannah monitor. We're gonna go and I guess we'll just go around like that. We'll just go around like the world around the world. And we'll just go from like that, from cage to cage. And then we'll stop back at the last one. The last two will be the lace and what you call it. The last two will be the lace and the croc. Let me go unlock my door. So guys, give me like 1 second. I'm gonna lock my door so my wife, when she gets here, she can just walk in. Cause I think I hear her coming. We're gonna go back. We're gonna stay in West Africa. We're gonna go to the Nile monitor, guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably, you don't see too many Niles like probably this tame, but it's possible. Anything's possible. This is my second Nile that I've had like this. And with Niles, a lot of people get them and they first they think food is the best way to work with all your guys' animals. Me personally, I don't use food as an interaction with none of my animals, because what if I don't have food? What if I run out of food? Or what if I'm going through a time where I can't go to the store all the time and go and buy a bunch of rats or different things like that? What do? How am I supposed to interact with my animal? So I use food as the last resource of trying to work with my animals. So I got her. I actually got her in a rescue. I traded some snakes for her from a guy, and she had a little bit of an attitude, like a typical Nile, that she would come up to the cage in the beginning, and it was just a food response. And I made it to where when I would open up the cage, I learned how to pull her out, how to use her little aggression in a playful way. And once I learned how to use that in a playful way, I turned her into a tame now. It's you have to establish it's a bond and it's a relationship you have to establish with the animals. And once you can break that, that's when things go beyond the imagine impossible, things that you can see from the beauty of these animals. You look at her, you look at Diamond probably 2.5 months ago. This was not the same Diamond. I could not just walk up to the enclosure or nothing like that. She would come up to the enclosure every time I put my finger on it. And now she's just tamed down and she's just a puppy dog. That's why I haven't, to be honest with you guys, I haven't sold her. I had a rhino iguana and I let the rhino iguana go before I let my Nile go. And most people in the reptile community would probably have let the Nile go before they let the rhino go. But to have a tame Nile, to me, it has more value right now. Being able to spread knowledge and do like this to Monitor Mondays for you guys, to where you guys can learn different things. And so my recommendations, okay, so you get a Nile. First of all, do not try to make feeding be the way that you're gonna interact with that animal. This is the wrong animal to try to do it with. I promise you. I promise you. This is the wrong animal to try to do it with. These guys already come with food aggression because a lot of them are wild caught. And you guys have to think about it. They come from Africa. You guys not know there's a lot of different things. There's crocodiles. These are water dwellers. So they're in water. When they're born on the side of the riverbanks and they come out of egg, and there's crocodiles, caiman, there's a whole bunch of different things that will just easily grab these up. So that's why they come with aggression. Don't think that these animals come with aggression because they just hate people and they hate being held and all those different things. It's not that they hate being held. It's not that they hate us or anything like that. You just have to think about it. You come from an egg. You come right out the riverbank. Boom. Hit the water. Because they need water. Everything in this world needs water. So the first thing they're going to go do is they're going to go to the water to get some water. You guys have never seen animals be born. That's another good thing. I have water monitors that are actually incubating. So later on, we're going to keep doing this. And then eventually, hopefully, we catch one of these days when they hatch. And I can show you guys how they come out. And you guys can actually see the animal and see it for you guys self and kind of understand it. Their parents, when they're born, they're not with them like how our parents are with us. And some species of reptiles actually stay with their babies. So don't think that all species of reptiles just end up leaving their babies. Like tokay geckos, they stay together as a family. Like if a male's right there and the female gets attacked by a snake, the male will help the female out. They'll try to kill the snake. And if other family members of 2Ks are there, that's another animal too. I've never had, so I can't really give you guys expertise on that animal. But those are some beautiful animals, and those are geckos. But going back to her, I spent a lot of time. I started taking her on walks. Like the previous owners, I know for a fact they didn't take her on walks, and a lot of people don't know Niles love walks. They're probably one of the best walking species of monitors, to be honest with you. If once they get big, you learn to take them outside and show them that there's more to a cage. There's more to a cage. Like you guys go outside, there's more to your home. Your home is just your place of residence where you just sleep at night and everything. The same thing with these monitors. A lot of people don't think about it like that, but the moment that you start to think about it like, hey, that cage is just where I just lay my monitor. That's why I lay my monitor. It sits there, it sleeps. It's just its home. But I treat it like a dog. Like you guys don't put your dog in just a kennel and just say, hey, I'm never going to touch my dog again. People don't do that. So a lot of people get the instance and then they hear the stories. The stories is what scares a lot of people. I know it does. because it scared me when I first started. People hear people getting bit, people see other monitors, and then especially with these guys, this is like the #1 monitor that is thrown out there and is bought for cheap and resold countless of times. You see probably so many monitors, so many rescues, see so many now monitors. And this is why I want to do Monitor Mondays. I don't really worry about the viewers right now because it'll grow. As long as we continue to do this, people will start to check in. I'll try to come up with a time that's kind of like best for me. I just be kind of like really busy, but I try to get on here and do a live really early in the morning for you guys so I can give you guys the most amount of time. But again, this is a non-monitor. I think she's about 4 or 5 years old. When I got her, she was very, very skinny. Very, very skinny. I think, to be truthful to you guys, I think she might have went lightweight, kind of like either blind. I think she's going blind in one eye, or she has a vision impaired. I've been giving her eye drops. I got these medicated eye drops that I give her. But then again, her other eye kind of looks the same. So I don't know if it's just like she's about to go into a shed or whatever. But then I've had monitors like that. I don't know. I can't call it. I just know that this is my baby girl. And that's another reason why I haven't rehomed her, is because if I do rehome her, I want her to go to a forever home. I want somebody that's going to take and look at her like if she was a lace monitor or any of these other monitors that are expensive, and not just look at her as a Nile. Because she's super tame. Like I don't see you probably guys don't see too many Niles like this. You probably won't see too many Niles like this. That is just everything about her is just calm. She's just gentle. So we're gonna move on to the next monitor and put her up, let her get some more sun. Cause I have the lights on for her right now, and it's turning into fall, so it's not gonna be as hot outside. So I gotta run the lights a little bit more. Because when it's summertime, I don't run lights for them. It helps my females ovulate. It just helps with everything. And like, it's already hot outside. So you guys gotta think about it. If it's already hot outside, and I have a tarp over their cages. So it gets hot out here and there, but I give them shade. And I just open it up halfway for them. So we're gonna go to Aki monitor because that scene is right here. Now, I actually used to breed these. This is one of my first monitors I actually bred. These are dwarf species. They come in red and they come in yellow. These come from Australia. I can't remember the region that the yellows come from, but they both come from Australia. I could tell you guys that. They get about 18 to 20 inches. Yellows, to me, honestly, probably have the best temperament. To me, I don't know. I've never had an honest solid red pair that I've raised. I've only got reds that people had, and I've been bitten the ear. I've had an Aggie hang on my ear. I've had an Aggie bite me in the neck. But with yellows, I've never been bit. And I've produced the yellows, and so I recommend if you want to start off with a monitor and you want to start off with something that's gonna still feel like a big monitor, but it's small. I recommend an Aki. You have Akis, you have Timor monitors. I don't have any Timors. I don't have any Kims right now to show you guys. If I had some of those, I'll show you guys some more dwarf species. That's what we're working on getting. So this is these guys eat primarily insects. You can occasionally give them a little chicken and a little like cut up little things like that, but primarily you're gonna give them like eggs, scrambled eggs, just a regular egg. Dubias, crickets, various of just bugs, because you guys gotta think about it, they're really, really small. They come from the same place as these guys. These guys, if they catch them out there, this is a quick snack. And there's other monitors, the sanguana, that'll eat them. So these guys are staying underground, just grabbing, little bugs. So if you're trying to think about trying to just feed meat and stuff, again, that's not thinking about how they would be properly in the wild. So this one I've had about maybe, I want to say about 2 months. I've had this guy for almost 2 months. This was actually, it's not produced by me. This was produced by another guy down south in LA area. I'm from Fresno, California, for the ones that don't know. And I own Robinson's Reptile. My name is Heem. I own Robinson's Reptiles, for the ones that are new to again. So yeah, I traded him my pair. I had a breeding pair, and that's how I got the Flavie monitor. Because like, if you guys know monitors, I'll explain. Like, those are rare too. Like, don't get me wrong, any Australian monitor, because they can't be imported no more. So anything that Australian is produced by someone, they can't take it out the wild and send it here. So anything Australian holds a lot of value. Once they're gone, they're gone. And I probably shouldn't have done it, because like, I did have a pair of yellow Ackies, but I ended up getting he gave me a male within the trade. So I traded a male and a female, got a male back, and then I got a bigger monitor, which to me it worked out. That was kind of, I have a Flavie too, is something pretty cool, because the Flavies can actually tripod. They learn how to tripod as they get older. Because like, when they're out there in Australia, we'll talk about the Flavie next. So actually, yeah, we'll talk about the Flavie next. We'll try to pull him out, because he's actually, I think he's tripoding on the wall. So we'll talk about him. I could try to see if I can grab him, but if I can't grab him, I'll just talk about him and just show him, and then kind of go more a little bit into detail on the Flavie. But that's Delta. That's Delta, our Ackie monitor. I think he's about maybe like a year and a half old. They don't get too much, they don't get too much bigger. And they're just they're the perfect ideal monitor. Oh, let's look at this girl. Look how beautiful she's looking. I gotta clean my windows, guys. But look at her. Look how she's just sitting under the sunlight. So we might as well talk about her, since she's just looking super good for me right now. And I just feel like it's just the perfect time to talk about her. So this is a rock monitor. These guys come from Africa, same region as the Savannah and the Nile monitor, but these are what you call the bigger Savannah monitors, because they're distinguished cousins. The reason why they call them black throats is because if you look under the neck, it's black right there. She's a really, really good girl. She just wants to sit and get her little heat. I gotta turn her fan on and mist it in here and get it kind of humid, because I think she may be gravid. So hopefully we might be having some black throat eggs very, very soon. Females get about 4.5 to about 6 feet. Sometimes 6 feet's kind of pushing it, but like 4.5 to about that 5.5 foot. Males, they get about to like 6, sometimes pushing 8 feet. Males get really, 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 really big, and it's crazy how males get. And it's like, they get big, and it's their tail, they're just super, super long. But again, this is a black throat. Now these guys, they have a way more various variety of a diet than the Savannahs, because they are bigger. So you can feed these ones. These ones would eat like a chicken if they seen one, a baby chick if they was able to grab it. These guys, you can feed mice, but don't overfeed on mice. Fish is always good feeding them, whole fish. I always say they'll eat shrimps, eggs. Eggs are really, really good to support protein, especially dealing with female monitors. If you're going to try to breed or do anything with them, make eggs your best friend. Eggs are always good. You can't go wrong with giving your animals some eggs. And just good whole prey, taking them out if you can. Like I always say, that's why I tell people, take them out. If you take them out, you don't have to really worry about your animal getting obese, because then they can use a little bit of exercise. Because they can only do so much in these cages. And you guys think about it. After a while, they've done everything, they'll sit for hours, because that's all they're going to do. That's what their day is going to consist of. Where, turn the light on, I'll come sit under the light. He's going to come feed me. I'll go get in the water bowl. And that's just like the simplest things of life. So if you want to get the most out of your monitor, put a little extra into it. That's what I always tell people. Just do the little extra things, because it'll pay off in the long run. This is my baby girl right here, though. Her name is Carmel. And the reason why I call her Carmel is because when I take her to expos and she does expos with me, she just sticks to people. Like, literally, she just sticks to people. She just loves them, and she's just so outgoing. She has a really great personality. Just a really great personality. Right now, she just wants to sit, kind of do her own thing, because I think she's gravid. So, and if I'm planning right, I think she's going to probably lay sometime later on this week. So she's probably gonna get into a mood to where she's not gonna be dealt with like that and just kind of be doing on her own thing. Especially, you know, if you're pregnant, you know how it is. But this is my black throat. She's, like I say, about 3.5 years old, going on almost 4. She's a really good girl. Now let's go back down to Africa because I got like 8%, and I want to maximize everything. Again, I told you guys, these guys tripod. These guys will naturally do this on their own. In the wild, they do this to look over the horizon, to see different things. These are a mixture of a Argus. A Argus would be a more, maybe a lot bigger. Argus are bigger. They get about 4.5 to about that 5.5 feet. With Flavies only getting to be like 3 to 4.5 feet. Males being hidden at that 4.5, 4 foot. Females being a lot more smaller. I can't grab him right now because this one, it's sitting on top of another cage. It's kind of heavy, so this one doesn't like to slide like that. But again, this is a sand guana. Now these guys primarily, they'll get eaten like it's a wild game. These guys will eat smaller lizards out there, birds if they can catch a bird. Eggs good for them, feeding them. Sometimes chicken. I always tell people, chicken, be very, very cautious with chicken. If you're gonna do chicken, feed the whole chicken and do it in different ways. You can feed drumsticks one day and then like switch it up, go to some fish, go to like some shrimps, because the chicken's gonna sit on them. So go to like some shrimp, and then you can go back to like chicken feed, and then like you can go to like eggs the next time. It's just to mix it out to where you're not putting so much fatty, because if you put fatty, then your animals start to catch up on fat. And they're not already, like I say, if you're not having all the time in the world to give them, to let them exercise, a cage is only gonna do so much. They don't have a treadmill, they don't have none of that. So that's Echo, our sand guana. He's about 3.5 years old. There's maybe only, I would say, less than maybe 10 adults here in the United States that are actually here. So these guys are really, we want these ones to be in the right proper hands. I only have a male. I've been looking for a female. There's 2 breeders here in the United States that are producing them, and they're actually having really good success. So again, anything Australian, we can't get back no more. So what was here and got dropped off here in the 60s and 70s, we try to maintain. So, you know, he's the last of the last. And so I keep him and I hold on to him with good treasuring. That's, again, Echo, our Flavian monitor, aka a sand guana. So if you guys never seen one of those before, hit the like, hit the follow the page. I'll be doing more monitor Mondays, and we always get more different monitors. This is just what we have in, because I've been doing shows, I've been selling different things. I usually have mangroves, there's tree monitors, there's a lot of different monitors. But these guys can tripod. They're really good pets, honestly. If you want something that's not like super big, but it has full of energy, these guys have all that. So Argus is, I recommend, it's like an intermediate pet. You could start off as your first pet. I can tell anybody, you can start off with any of these monitors as your first pet, as long as you're willing to put the time and energy into it, and actually wanting to make that pet your pet, not just trying to get something just to be cool, you know? So that's Echo, our Flavi monitor. We're gonna go to Benji. And Benji comes from the same region. Now Benji is a more bigger monitor. He's the second biggest monitor out of Australia. They have a bigger monitor, which we can't have. It's the Parenti, and the Vosaurus gigantus, which they get a lot more bigger. Now, Benji is here in America what they call the super pastel, blue pastel, because he has a lot more heavily blues in him. But over there, they just call him, he's a normal lace. They come in 5 different variables. He was born from a Bell's to a Bell's, so which a Bell's to a Bell's, I don't have a Bell's right now. Bell's to a Bell's, basically the pattern looks more like a cowlish. It's just a white and black pattern, and the tail would be the same thing. You have the regular Bells are just like a clean white pattern. Super Bells have more like that pinkish with the blue, as you guys can see. This is my baby boy. He's 3 years old. I've had him 2 of those 3 years. He came from JTK Reptiles out in Long Beach. He's a really good boy. Really, 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 really good monitor. He still has a lot more growing. I put him at probably about 6 feet long. He's still gonna grow. He's gonna get a lot more bigger. They don't stop growing and getting big until about like 5, 6 years old. So you guys looking at him and thinking like, oh, he's just a big monitor. Yeah, he's a big monitor. He's a big, big puppy. He loves to go outside and just go sit in front of the store and just chill. These guys, primarily, they'll eat anything. Out there, they're eating bearded dragons. They're eating Ackie monitors. They'll eat one of those if they catch one. They're eating smaller monitors like themselves. So with these guys, with him, I feed him a lot of quail. I feed him rodents. I feed him tilapia. I feed him lobster, shrimp, whole fish, chicken legs, chicken feet, chicken gizzards, chicken heart. I feed them a lot of various different things. Eggs. These guys, once they get bigger monitors, you can kind of like, it's a lot way more different things that they can eat. I have to clean up all this stuff. Again, I fed like yesterday on live, so everybody got dirty, used the bathroom from eating, from a live feeding that I did yesterday. So I'm gonna go back in and clean everybody's cages. But this is Benji. He's from Australia. Benji's, like I say, he's about 5.5 feet. These guys get about 6.5 feet, about 5 to 6.5 feet. They come from Australia. These are a very expensive monitor, to be honest with you guys. They're very expensive, and it's because the availability on them, and they're all captive bred. You cannot snatch this from the wild and get none of these from the wild. As you guys can see the blueness. If I take him way out in the sun, you guys can see, but you guys can see under his neck why they call him the blue variable. And he's under a shed. He has a lot of shed in him. I have to give him a nice warm bath, and where you guys can really see all the blues and everything. So this is the second biggest monitor out of Australia. Again, we can't have the first biggest one. I think it was either the Parenti or these, and we ended up getting these, which is still cool. Which I love Benji. He's a really good boy. I plan to get him a Bales, because you can breed these to Bales, and then I'll be able to have both variations. So that's something that should be coming in the very next couple months, that hopefully, if it's God's will, we'll be doing very, very soon. So again, that's Benji, guys. Our lace monitor. Now let's go to our croc monitor before my phone dies, so we can talk about them. Again, everybody, like I said, everybody used the bathroom because I fed yesterday. So if you guys haven't done it yet, hit that follow button, hit a couple likes if you guys can. This is a croc monitor, guys. This is the second longest lizard. Let's rephrase it, because it's not the biggest lizard, but it's the second longest lizard. These guys top out at about 9 to 10 feet, sometimes 11. Males hitting at that more bigger. This is a female. You guys can see, look how long her tail is. It's actually wrapped around, as you guys can see. She has it wrapped around. This is my baby girl right here. These are tree dwellers. They come from the Philippines. These are the biggest monitor. Well, not the biggest monitor out there in the Philippines, because they have the Asian water monitor, which I don't have any right now, but I'll be actually having some incubating. That'll be hatching. So you guys will be having some of those available very, very soon. But this is a croc monitor, guys. A crocodile monitor. A Vasaurus salvadori. Tree dweller. Not too many times you see a croc monitor this chill. So like, I spend a lot of time with her, guys. I take her on walks. I shower. I give her at least 2 showers a week, just as a time of just interaction. Maybe because I wasn't able to take her on a walk or 2. But these guys, I spent a lot of time with them. Actually, was hand feeding her. So I quit hand feeding because I took a little a nip. How you guys doing? Hey, Madison. And so this is Hennessy, guys. You guys, she is the sarong. There's two actually localities of croc monitor. There's the Maruk and the sarong. The sarong being the more higher yellow, as you guys can see on her back. She has those little, like, I call them Pac-Man because they look like little Pac-Mans. They have all different little distinguishing little things on them. Or even the little Wu-Tang side. They could be like, you know, look at that one. It has like a little smiley face. Looks like a little Pac-Man. A bunch of different little patterns. But again, guys, this is Hennessy, our croc monitor. She's about, I think right now, at 9 months, she's pushing at least anywhere to 6.5 feet, almost 7 foot. Because I'm 6 foot, and her tail, when she touches the top of my head, touches the bottom of my foot when I'm walking with her. So yeah. But that's my croc monitor, guys. I'm gonna end this live for a bit so I can let my phone charge because at 4%, and I'm gonna come back through and do some feedings, and we'll do some more monitor Monday. So get me to about like 3:30, 3:45, guys. I'll be back on.
What'd you do with all the papers that were up here?
They're inside the whatchamacallit.
Where?
In the closet.
What closet?
In our room. So I'll holler at you guys. I thank you guys for coming through. We'll be back at like, we'll say 4 o'clock, guys. We'll give everybody a break, an hour break. And we'll come back through and we'll come back and clean, and we'll actually take out some people, take them on a walk. So if you haven't done it, hit that follow button and continue liking. And I thank you guys for coming out. This is Haim from Robertson's Reptiles. I'll be checking in back with you guys soon. Talk to you guys.
My look at the black sheep, I'm the one that got us rich. She ain't gotta ask me, she can taste it on my lip. Oh, I love the way my cup sound. I can't put these drugs down.